Good morning, everybody. Here it is 5:39, and I thought of making one video on mobile device management using Android, and I'm going to remotely configure some configuration fields, and I should be access those fields from MDM to my mobile app. So let's start without wasting time. So let me demo. Demo. That's fine. Then I choose the language as Kotlin, and minimum SDK is 22. Yeah, so let's finish. Full login application. So we have two fields here. One is email and one is password, and one button is for sign for register. So what we'll do, we'll remotely configure these fields, email and password from MDM. So when we'll open the application, the field data for email and password will be pre-filled. So let's see how we can do that. I'm going to create one folder where I will place the restriction descriptions keys. So for that I have to go to the resource folder and right click on it, and then go to the directory. I will give the directory name as XML. So yeah, XML. Then I have to create one file called app restrictions. Uh, Restrictions. Then this is type of this restrictions. Okay, so it's created. Now the next thing is I have to go to the manifest file, and here I have to declare the meta tag. So yeah, so I have created the restrictions file. I have restrictions files inside XML folder. Now I have to declare it as a metadata inside application tag. So for that I have to write metadata, then Android name, then what I have to write I have already written here. So uh, the meta tag should be Android content dot app restriction, Android contents dot Android content dot Android content dot. I think this should be fine. Then I can write the resource. This is very important. Android resource I have to define. That should be XML. XML. Then path should be app restriction. Yeah, that's it. So I have declared my metadata in Android manifest inside application tag. Then I created a metadata and give it as a name, Android content, app restrictions, and I have given Android resource to the path of app restriction, which is inside XML folder. Now I will create one file which will contain the restriction values, like the values and the keys for this restrictions field. So let me create inside resource folder Android resource. Then I will give it name as restriction values, restriction values. Okay, values. And this is resource type value, resources, correct? Yeah. So I have created the resources. Now inside this I will declare my title key and the default values. Now in this file I can declare my title and the default value and the description for, because we are using email and password, both the field values should be in string. So I can start with the string name. I can write email, it's email, then description, I can write similarly, copy and paste. I can write description, this uh, description of email is it's user ID for the app. Then I can give the default value, default restriction. Okay, so this is correct. Then Android. Okay. So I have to write inside here Android dot Android title. Okay, I can copy paste from here. Now we have to declare the values for the email and password, which I have written here in restriction value. Just we have to copy and paste. So here the description name is email. So I have to go to here, and this title I can give email. So then the restriction type is string. Of course, this is the value of email is type string. Then key is email. Then description. Uh, then the description is, I can copy it from here. Description email. So this is a description email. Then the default value what I have written here is default email. So copy and paste it here. So this is default value, description, key, restriction type and title. Then I have to do similar with password. So the default value is what is the default value is default password. Default value is default password, which I have written here. So the default password is 41. Yeah, so that's it. We have done the XML part where we have configured the values and the description, title, and given the default values. So next we'll see the Kotlin part, how to retrieve these values when connected to MDM. Yeah, after doing all this, then we can rebuild the project, see if there is any issues or we have missed something. So we have configured this XML field. Now we'll see how to get it in our activity of using Kotlin. So if you go down here, I have defined one method called resolve restriction. So basically what it will do, whatever value you will provide in the configuration field, so it will get those values, it will get those application restrictions. And if those restrictions, what I'm basically doing, if the restriction is not null, then I'm checking if the restriction contains the key, it means this configuration fields key. Then I'm updating the email field, that username edit text field. Similarly I'm doing for password. So if you how to set the configurations in MDM, so that is a different video. I have made it completely how to set up your mobile as a MDM client and using TestDPC. I will be giving that link in this description and in the video, so you can watch. That is a full long video and it's a separate video. So similarly, here if when I'm getting the restriction contains the key email, I'm updating the email. So here restriction is not null, then restriction contain email, then I'm getting the value using the key restriction get string key email, then I'm updating uh, the username here with the email. The similar I'm doing with password. So that's it. I'm calling this method in on resume method. So I am calling this resolve restriction in on resume method. So basically the idea is when the application is open, it will pull the configuration fields from the EMM or the MDM client. So basically here to simulate the MDM, will be using one application called TestDPC. So how to set up the TestDPC on your mobile, I have created a separate video for that, and I will put the description in the video and in my uh, in the video and in my video descriptions also. You can check that. That's very important to test MDM on mobile. Yeah. So now what we'll do, we'll build the application and extract build just extract one APK. So I did build APK. So my APK is created. Okay, so I cannot directly run this application in work profile. So when you have done with work profile setup in your emulator or mobile, you will find two sections. One is for personal and one is for work. So these work application, they don't have any access to the personal, and personal they don't have any access to the work profile. So I will drag this application to work profile. So now this is the test DPC. This is basically used to uh, like used to configure the settings. Like here in my case, I am configuring the email and password. So instead of EMM console or MDM for development purpose, so I am using test DPC. So let me open test DPC. Here is my application, and these are the two fields I am configuring from EMM, or in this case from test DPC. So here I will give the email address by default. This is ABC, so I will change it to let's say ABC1. So the password is here 41. I will add another one. Okay, so yeah, so let me save it, and then I will open my application. So yeah, these fields are reflecting here. So password must be greater than 5 character. It's I have added one validation. The password should be greater than 5 characters. So I should add another character here, that is 6 ones. So let me add it, then save it. Then value I am setting there, it is reflecting here in my application. So let's say I'll change it to ABC11. Let's see if it is reflecting. Save, then go back to my application. Yeah, you see this is changing here. I am changing test DPC, and I can able to pull the remote configurations. Yeah, so that's it, all about how to configure MDM on your device. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day.